What's it called?
Yeah, let's see if I can find a link to the direct stream.
Yeah, it hasn't. Oh wait, no, here it is. Very
Yeah.
quick throwing together T6 oddy tack for fleetie.
Yep. So go ahead and launch it, but then don't talk. That way it doesn't like reverberate. So anyway, quick tier 6 oddy I just threw together. And like I said, I'm using the Nausicaa Energy Torpedo, which is again going to be buffed from my tactical consoles down here. I'm using these for now because, like you said, we don't have the colony ones yet. These are still very good though because they give you crit chance as well as disruptor damage. But I'm using the Nausicaa Torpedo, the Terran Task Force Beam, which, like I said, damage dealt increases as target's hull decreases, up to 200% damage at 25% hull. So needless to say, it is the hardest hitting beam in the game. I have one Coalition Disruptor for this build, because that's what I got. And then I'm using the Resonant Disruptor Beam Array. That's from a mission. Since you have plenty of Coalitions, I just put another Coalition in there. The deflector I'm using is the Colony Deflector. It's the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector. And the reason I'm using it is if you look down at the bottom, you'll see it's got the weapon specialization and shield penetration, as well as crit severity and crit chance. So I'm getting 50% crit severity, 4% crit chance just from the deflector. Impulse, currently using the Nucera shields and Nucera shields and impulse, excuse me. And for the two-piece bonus, which is plus 5 bonus energy weapon damage, and it automatically removes weapons disabled. And core, I'm using the Elite Fleet Plasma Integrated Warp Core with AMP. So it's got 10% less weapon power cost. 7.5% of my weapon power is going to my engine power to help with turning, and 3% damage per subsystem with 75 or more power. Current total is 6.6%. And then on the back, running the Nausicaa Beam, again for the 3-piece set, which with the 3-piece, I'm getting from the 2-piece you get Disruptor Net, gains 805 damage, but also at 3-piece you get another 26.6 Disruptor damage, and plus 50 hull penetration. And then I'm running the Kinetic Cutting Beam, House Martok 360 Disruptor, and an Omnidirectional Disruptor Beam. I have the three 360-degree beams, so that if it's my forward arc, I'm hitting it. The only one that's not hitting in my forward arc is the Nausicaa. And I know you want a broadside. I'll run something quick here just so you can see that this still works very well. Devices using Subspace Field Modulator, Red Matter Capacitor, Weapons, Shield Battery. Engineering, I'm using the Tachynetic Converter. House Martok, this is again from Mission, so I got the 2-piece from House Martok. So for the 2-piece bonus, I'm getting 2.5 crit chance plus some accuracy. I'm using these, which you can just buy off the exchange for dirt cheap. The reason I'm using it is right there, 17.8% flight turn rate, some control, some more energy damage resist, and actually the clicking on it's pretty darn good. It's worth a decent amount of DPS, so you'll see that. Simulated console for the 2-piece. 2-piece bonus gives me 2.5% chance to get plus 10 weapon power, plus 500 weapon power drain resistance, minus 500 weapon power cost. So again, when I was talking about earlier, the more beams you have, the more power becomes an issue. So that'll help when that procs. I'm running the 2-piece bonus from the flagship, because I got the 2 oddies. I got the TAC and the engineering. So the 2-piece bonus gives me 2% crit chance plus turn rate. And I'm using the Adaptive Emergency for the energy resist, maximum hull, and the clicky that's going to give me bonus damage and bonus damage resistance. And I'm also using this one, which is the directed energy damage, and the clicky that gives haste as well as turn rate. Using on my science consoles a Bioneural Infusion. This one's from Lobi, and the Nausicaa console, which gives you more disruptor damage, power transfer, drain. So again, there's a lot of drain in this build. You can see here my power transfer stock is 320, well 319.35, 320. Defense is 60. Hull, I'm at 87,000 hull, 14.5 shields, 856 regen rate. My resists are pretty much, the lowest is radiation at 19. Everything else is in the 40s or upper 30s. 25% crit. 136 crit severity, 32 accuracy, and turning, you can see I'm turning pretty decent for an oddy here. I'm getting 31.23 flight speed and 18 degrees a second. Trait-wise, I'm running for Starship traits Honor Dead, again off the exchange, dirt cheap, gives you a ton of resist. The TAC Oddy, Supercharged Weapons trait. Emergency Weapon Cycle. Promise of Ferocity, which is from the Pilot Escorts. If you don't have that, there's plenty of other options you can use there, like Hit and Run. I could be using Redirecting Arrays or something like that, but I'm going to use that. And then Vulcan Hello. Basically is really only good for short engagements. That's from the Walker class. It's an armor pen and shield buff when you initially enter combat. So basically just for the couple seconds of combat I get more damage. I might switch that around to other things. Space traits, Beam Barrage, Fleet Coordinator, Beam Training, Projectile Training, Operative, Warp Theorist, Shield Technician, Innocuous, and a good day to die. So pretty simple. And space traits, don't have them all unlocked, but I'm going to use Tactical Advantage, Advanced Targeting Systems, Precision, and Enhanced Armor Pen. And real quick, let's see if we can get an ISA popped. We'll queue for an ISA and give it a couple seconds. If it doesn't pop, we'll do a quick red alert just so you can see it in action. And I just put, like I said, I just put this together today. But this should still be a pretty solid build. Boss stations I'm running, I should have gone over that. This person didn't have anything. I probably would prefer Chemocyte Laced Weaponry 1 here. And then I'm just using Delta, Torp Spread 3, Beta, Tactical Team 1, Emergency Powered Engines, Reverse Shield Polarity, Emergency Powered Weapons, Oxy Integrity, So it's some heals. Let's go run this, see how it does. All these people flying around in their little tiny ships. Oh, come on, Q. Boom. In the meantime. So again, I got some decent shield healing, hull healing. This gives me emergency weapon cycle proc, so it increases the haste, but it also increases damage and gives me more energy. Emergency powers to engine is going to give me more maneuverability, but it also, I have the duty officer. Then when I hit this, it refreshes evasive maneuvers, so that also helps with maneuverability. So go to duty officers real quick, see what I threw in there. So I'm using this guy, recharges evasive maneuvers when emergency powered engines is activated. Law, he's from a mission, reduces chance for recharge time on torpedoes. And we're going here. So we'll finish it up later. Good job, Stowe. Your queue's ready. Oh, 5 minutes later, you randomly warp in. And I'm sure it's a pug, so everyone will be rushing in while I'm still clicking and closing. Yep, there goes the first goofball. And that sphere is way out in the middle of nowhere, which is going to throw off the parse, but whatever. Pop some heals. It's a pug, so I'm going to say need. So as you see, I still have plenty of, even though it's a slower turning ship, there's plenty of opportunities in any PvE environment to use a torp spread. Be nice if the rest of the team was here. This is not a tank build, but I'm tanking. Here they are, finally showing up. Hugging the gateway, hugging the gateway. So this has a slightly lower range, so I'm going to get a little closer. And here we go. Eat some tractor beams. You tractor beam me, I tractor beam you. Merry Christmas. Or as Dalt would say, presents. Alright, let's see how this build did. Warp core. Alright, so I don't know if it's going to keep broadcasting while I do this, but let's see. No, I don't want handbrake. Wrong one. So for that infected run, yeah, only 72k. So I did 38% of the damage to the team, but you'll see, again, that's not a tank build. You know, I still took 43% of the attacks in. Analysis reported my damage in. Torpedo spread 3, like I said, is just massive. I mean, it did almost 11,000 DPS on its own with its max one hit of almost 77k. Just the beam array, the Terran Task Force Disruptor, fire at will, did almost 7,000 kinetic cunning beam. So you can see the breakdown there. It's mostly beams, just straight up damage. Multi-target tractor arrays, I only used it once, maybe twice, and it did 1,800 DPS. So again, pretty decent, quick thrown together build. Max one hit of 77k. Overall crit rate was about 39%. Hit rate was almost 100%. And I took in a ton of damage, did a decent amount of heal. So again, a quick little easy build. Shouldn't be too hard for most people to put together. Anyway, gonna go ahead and stop the stream now and get to helping the baby get to bed. So hope that helps you out, Vera.